Hello, everyone! Hey, we got it right this morning. It's gonna be a great day. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Welcome to the show. Let's get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now.
Rise and shine, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Join us for the next hour and a half as we bring you laughter, inspiration, and stories and conversations that matter.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just excited for today simply because we are already at the point of the week na tipong we're almost halfway through.
I know.
Hindi pa.
Like, almost there. Konting kapit pa.
Kapit na lang. It's gonna be a busy day. It's gonna be a busy day, but I'm excited for it. I love busy days. But of course, we're gonna start things off here. And still missing Mo. For those wondering kung saan po si Monique Tuson.
Yes.
If ever you're in Italy watching the show, ewan ko, kasi balita ko may big Italian following tayo eh.
Oh, wow, big Italian following. Bakit kasi Italian roast siya? Dahil because ang sun exposure doon, turns
kasi,
you into an Italian roast.
Kasi I just saw her this morning. I think she's in Venice right now.
I love her pictures.
Yeah. So she's in Venice right now.
You guys should check out her photos. It's
I've
amazing.
never been to Venice except for yung sa McKinley Hill. Pero yung
Same.
But if you go see her post, go give her a follow, go give her a like, and remind her that may trabaho pa siya dito ata. So, still, focusing on today though, a lot of news that we have to go through today.
Yes, we're going to be talking about boxing today. So
yes, we are.
It's going to be pretty interesting.
Yes, of course, Attorney Ed is coming on the show to be able to talk about a certain Manny Pacquiao returning again. Personally, look, the fight is, I think, July 19th and happening in Vegas. My birthday is on July 20th. In my head, I'm like thinking, should I treat myself and go catch Pacquiao in Vegas? I've never done that.
Why don't you?
I would love to go catch Manny Pacquiao live. But
kasi
then we'll
a lot
see.
of people are talking about that fight diba? Kasi parang big comeback niya after 4 years. So you should be there.
Yeah, no, and it's
Baka
super...
lucky charm ka ni Pacquiao also when you're there.
Kung talo siya,
Ayun lang.
So, let's not go there. But of course, we got a lot to talk about, and we always start things off with figuring out if driving is going to be okay today.
Yes, if you're just about to leave your homes, here's what to expect on the roads this morning. Let's check the situation in major roads at this hour. Here's what's happening along EDSA Quezon Avenue flyover. On the left side of your screens are vehicles going to, this is a different angle. Quezon Avenue flyover, right side are vehicles headed to the Quezon Memorial Circle. Parang iba, no? So I think this is EDSA White Plains. On the left side, those are the vehicles headed to Pasay. So we're seeing moderate traffic already building up on that stretch. So this is EDSA Orense. The view is EDSA Orense. So if you're heading southbound, everything looks busy already. Moderate to heavy traffic on that stretch. Now, on the opposite side, we're seeing light traffic, so no problem yet as of this hour. Now, heads up to motorists, the expanded vehicle number coding scheme is in full swing. It's a Wednesday, guys, so vehicles with license plates ending in 5 and 6 should be off the road right about now until 10 a.m. and again later from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, what's the weather going to be like this Wednesday? Paolo has today's forecast from Weather HQ. Take it away, Pao.
Thank you so much, Anne. Let's take a look at the weather system affecting the country today. Now, the country is under the influence of 3 active weather systems. Now, there is the frontal system over extreme northern Luzon that will bring cloudy skies, moderate to heavy rains and thunderstorms over in Batanes and the Babuyan Islands. Now, the trough of the LPA, which is another thing we're monitoring outside the PAR, is affecting the western sections of southern Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Now, because of that, you can expect cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms in Palawan, Mindoro, Romblon, Western Visayas, Negros, Zamboanga Peninsula, Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi. Now, some rains may be heavy. Possible flash floods and landslides are to be expected. Residents are urged to be alert and prepared. Now, there's also the easterlies that we can't forget about. The easterlies are affecting The Manila and the rest of the country, partly cloudy skies with hot and humid conditions. Isolated rain showers or thunderstorms likely in the afternoon or in the evening. Now, despite the expected rain showers that we have, the easterly winds continue to intensify the extreme heat, driving heat index levels to high and potentially dangerous levels. Now, let's take a look at Pag-asa's latest heat index forecast. Now, Dagupan City has still the highest heat index in the country at a scorching 45 degrees Celsius. Now, temperatures in the following locations are forecast to rise to 44 degrees Celsius. That's Apari in Cagayan, San Ildefonso in Bulacan, Sangni Point in Cavite as well. Other areas that are expected to experience a heat index of 43 degrees Celsius include Lawagan, Ilocos Norte, Tuguegarao City, Muñoz in Nueva Ecija, Clark, Pampanga, and Baler, Aurora. Also expect to hit 43 degrees Celsius are Camiling and Tarlac, Infanta Quezon, Daet Camarines Norte, Masbate City, Iloilo City, and Guian in Eastern Samar. These locations are projected to see a heat index of 42 degrees Celsius. Pasay City, Bacnotan La Union, Baler Aurora, Iba Zambales, Subic Bay Olongapo, and Alabad, Quezon. Also reaching 42 degrees Celsius are Legazpi Albay, Rojas City, Mambusao, Capiz, Dumangas, Iloilo, La Granja, Negros Occidental, Catarman, Northern Samar, and Butuan in Agusan del Norte. Now, the intensifying heat brings heightened health risks, such as heat exhaustion and stroke. So make sure to stay hydrated and take precautions to stay safe. Now, as for the sea conditions at the coastal waters, Pag-asa reports no gale warnings at this time. The seas remain calm with light winds and gentle waves across the area. Now, a reminder to all the fishermen and seafarers to stay updated with the latest weather conditions and reports before heading out. Safety should always come first in the water. Now, that is it for Weather HQ at the moment. And back to you.
Thank you so much, Pao, for that weather update. On to our top stories this morning. 2 weeks before the EDSA rebuild, some senators suggested to divide the 2-year project into 5 sections. Former MMDA Chairman Senator Francis Tolentino recommended a division between Pasay, Makati, Guadalupe, Ortigas, Cubao, and Caloocan. Tolentino also suggested construction should only be between 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Senator J.V. Ejercito agreed, adding that infrastructure projects should be expedited.
It will be a big problem kung sabay-sabay talaga. Ngayon pa lang nga, wala pa yung rehabilitation. Di ba, bumper to bumper, lalo pag rush hours. Kaya nga taon-taon, nilalaban natin yung budget season yan Kasi we should have started that 30 years ago. Dapat iwanan na tayo ng ASEAN countries natin, nag-invest na tayo, nandun pa rin.
One Rider Party List Representative Rog Rodriguez has filed a resolution seeking to investigate the implementation of the No Contact Apprehension Policy, or NCAP. Rodriguez says the policy should be temporarily suspended until authorities can properly address the issues surrounding it. Among the concerns include the inconsistent enforcement of NCAP across different cities. The lawmaker also says the penalties being imposed under NCAP are unfair, especially while these issues remain unresolved.
Maganda naman po yung goal nila, maganda yung layunin. But again, implementation po talaga yung problema. So there is no better alternative. But for as long as the implementation is still marred with all of these problems, we would have to urge for its delay. And talagang makita po natin na fair and with respect to due process po yung implementation nito.
The Department of Justice says that former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque has at least 2 passports and is asking the DFA how this happened.
Yun ang aming nakita na maaring paliwanag sa kanyang mga pag-alis kasi hindi nag-a-alarm Hindi nag-a-alarm kasi meron ng lookout bulletin yan Parehong regular passport. Di bali sana kung official pa rin siya, meron siyang diplomatic tsaka meron siyang regular. Ang alam namin, meron siyang 2 regular. At least, 2.
The DOJ previously requested the court to cancel Roque's passport as he is wanted for qualified human trafficking in connection to a pogo operation in Pampanga. Roque says it is fake news being spread by the Marcos administration that he has multiple passports. He states his current passport has been submitted to the Dutch authorities as part of his asylum application, and that he hasn't been using a diplomatic passport since he left the government several years ago.
In relation to that, former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque has denied having multiple valid Philippine passports. In an interview on Bilyonaryo's news channel's Agenda, Roque explained he was using only one regular passport.
Malinaw na malinaw, di umano yung aking second passport, may butas na po, kanselado dahil puno na nga po ang pahina. Although valid until 2029.
He added that he still keeps his invalidated passport as it contains his Schengen and Japan visas, among others, while the DOJ is seeking cancellation of Roque's passport as he faces a non-bailable case in the Philippines. Roque said he can't use it anyway as it is with Dutch authorities as part of his application for asylum.
Some lawmakers say they take survey results with a pinch of salt. That's after a recent Pulse Asia survey revealed 50% of Filipinos oppose Vice President Sara's impeachment and only 28% agreed.
We need to understand kung if these surveys really reflect and mirror the current public perception ng bawat tao. Kasi mukhang hindi ganun yung nakikita natin eh. And others are saying that surveys are really to condition and to form a narrative beneficial to a certain group, no? So the question really is, ito bang mga survey results na to really do mirror the perception, public perception, public support, no? Or public clamor, or would it actually a tool to condition the minds of the public?
Nakita rin po natin kung anong resulta ng survey sa ating senatorial election. Surprise, number 2, Senator Aquino, and we also have Senator Pangilinan, among others. So, yun, I'd really take surveys with a pinch of salt right.
Siguro kung meron tayo natutunan ngayong eleksyon ay hindi naging tugma ang mga naging datos ng mga survey prior to elections dun sa aktual na resulta. May mga nakita tayong consistent na nasa winning circle sa surveys all throughout the campaign period na hindi natin nakitang nagtagumpay. Merong mga surprise victors na hindi rin na lumalabas sa mga surveys. So I would be very careful in reading too much right now on the surveys.
There's a high likelihood that House Speaker Martin Romualdez will retain his position at the commencement of the 20th Congress. Currently, 278 Congress members support the decision. The chamber is close to having what is called a supermajority. This, according to Deputy House Speaker and Quezon Representative J.J. Suarez, after many of the Liberal Party members joined the majority.
Well, it only speaks about the kind of leadership that Speaker Romualdez has displayed for the past 3 years amidst all the political the climate that we are in right now, the political differences and attacks, etc. He has proven and he has displayed consistently the stability.
Romualdez needs the support of 285 Congress members out of 317 to achieve the majority.
Tourists welcome efforts by the Philippine National Police to increase security in business districts like BGC and Makati after several reports of crime.
Here in BGC, so many police in here, and I think we're safe in BGC. 2 steps in police, 2 steps in police, the many police. That's why I feel the safe. Every street they have the stand there, and I think very safe because for the security.
Maraming pulis, mas di more na safety. Hindi naman disturbing yan kasi pulis yan eh. Kaya para naman mawari mga kriminal, mahalis na sila dito kung meron silang mga balak. Dapat na silang ibang lugar din na dito.
Southern Police District Chief Joseph Arguelles said that while the number of robbery incidents in BGC and Makati increased by only one compared to last year's data, they are still heightening security in these areas. This includes deploying police officers in civilian clothing.
Aside from the directive of the President through our Secretary and our Chief PNP to intensify our police visibility in places of convergence or places where most people frequent, Southern Police District have already deployed covert patrols. We call it implant omnipresence.
Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong laments what he says is a rise in criminality nationwide. On Bilyonaryo news channels at the forefront, Magalong said peace and order issues might be among the reasons behind the recent low trust rating of President Bongbong Marcos. A new Pulse Asia survey shows Marcos's rating stood at 32%, trailing behind those of Vice President Sara Duterte and her father, former President Rodrigo Duterte.
Isa sa mga disapproval kay Presidente, number one is yung inflation. Pangalawa is corruption, di ba? Pangalawa is corruption. And number three is yung fighting criminality. Dati-rati raw, pag tumawag sila sa police, let us say meron silang na-detect na ongoing na mga parang drug transactions, ano? O feeling nila na merong mga presence ng mga drug addicts sa lugar nila. Pag tumawag sila noon, ang bilis ng reaction. Ngayon daw, it takes time for the police to react.
In world news, U.S. President Donald Trump's administration has ordered a freeze on all new student visa interviews at U.S. embassies and consulates. This as the State Department prepares to expand social media vetting for foreign students. The move comes as the Trump administration has sought to ramp up deportations and revoke student visas as part of its wide-ranging efforts to fulfill his hardline immigration agenda. Meantime, Trump said that Russian President Vladimir Putin was playing with fire. Trump's latest comments follow some of the biggest drone and missile attacks on Ukraine since Russia's full-scale war began in early 2022. The U.S. president also suggested Russia has avoided, quote, really bad things thanks to him. During his campaign, Trump promised to end the war within 24 hours after his return to the White House. 3 months after his inauguration, no ceasefire is yet in sight. Trump is increasingly critical of his Russian counterpart and has threatened to impose severe sanctions.
Over in sports, Magnolia Chicken Templado's Hot Shots wheeling and dealing amid its campaign in the PBA Philippine Cup. According to the PBA website, the Hot Shots have traded Calvin Abueva to the Northport Batang Pierre in exchange of William Navarro. Magnolia also included Jeric Balanza and its 51st second-round pick to the Batang Pierre. The Hot Shots aim to end its 7-year title drought with its latest championship coming from the Governor's Cup in 2018. Magnolia is on top of the standings in the All-Philippine Conference with a 7-1 win-loss slate. Meanwhile, in the Palarong Pambansa, a gold medal haul from gymnastics prodigy Arman Hernandez Jr. in Ilocos Norte. The 8-year-old from the National Capital Region captured not one, not two, but five gold medals in his debut in the Youth Sports Showcase. Hernandez topped the floor exercise, vault, horizontal bar, and individual all-around and the Cluster 2 Team Championship. As of Tuesday night, NCR is number 1 on the standings with 27 gold, 16 silver, and 8 bronze medals. Region 4A, Calabarzon, and Region 10, Northern Mindanao, complete the top 3.
OPM legend and folk musician Freddie Aguilar has died. Aguilar passed away at the Philippine Heart Center Tuesday midnight. Among his timeless hits include Anak, Estudiante Blues, Esperanza, and his rendition of Bayan Ko. Aguilar served as Presidential Advisor on Culture and the Arts under the Duterte administration. He was also National Executive Vice President of Partido Federal ng Pilipinas. Aguilar was 72 years old. Now, on to the lighter side of things. Mark your calendars. Philo Blinks, your favorite K-pop girl group, is coming back to the Philippines. Blackpink is making a 2-day stop at the Philippine Arena in Bulacan for their Deadline World Tour on November 22 and 23. Ticket prices have yet to be announced, but general sale will be on June 12. The K-pop sensation last visited the Philippines in March 2023 for their Born Pink World Tour. Blackpink in your area.
Bakit parang naging Disney?
Bakit ba?
No, but I'm happy
Nakakainis
that
si Pao. Binubuli niya ako direct.
we don't have a third person here to manage things, okay? Pero all of that aside, so happy Blackpink are coming back to the Philippines.
To our
There
area.
are a lot of
Yes.
Filipino blinks out there, and individually they've been doing very well for themselves. So seeing them come back together here in the Philippines
Yeah.
as well, I can only imagine how happy yung fandom nila will be.
Yes, it's gonna go wild. So that's November. You guys can save up for tickets as early as now. Pero I feel like it's gonna be sold out really, really fast.
Grabe, like the star power of these K-pop acts when they come on over. I mean, I have experienced the whole process of lining up. I know, just waking up early and being able to go through that online
Yes.
bidding the booking. Grabe, iba. And then, kasi by random siya, diba?
Yeah,
So when
yeah.
you log on and then you go, the site open.
Para siyang paraffle
Yeah, parang
raffle
paraffle
style,
eh.
right? Yeah.
And then minsan nakakita mo, buti na malaki yung venue yung sa Bulacan kasi I think that's a 50,000, 40,000 seater. Pero when you open it and then number 76,000 ka, medyo, you're like, oh my goodness. Patulong naman, guys. But yeah, I mean, like, good luck to everyone out there who's gonna try to get tickets. Kasi pahirapan talaga yan.
Good luck, guys.
Super. All right, now here's another hot ticket because Filipino boxing legend Manny Pacquiao is making a comeback in the ring. But does he still have that in-ring magic at 46 years old? Well, boxing analyst Attorney Ed Tolentino joins us for that discussion after the break. Don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. And welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now, Manny Pacquiao is making a comeback in the boxing ring 4 years after his last professional fight. Now, he is going for the gold right away as he faces 30-year-old Mexican-American Mario Barrios for the WBC World Welterweight title in July. Can the People's Champ complete a triumphant return as a 46-year-old? Now, let's find out. Joining us live via Zoom is boxing analyst, Attorney Ed Tolentino. Attorney, nice seeing you again. Good morning. Welcome to the show. It's a beautiful day.
A beautiful day, Paolo and Anne, and to all your televiewers right now, all your followers. Good morning.
All right, Attorney, let's get into it. As we mentioned, Manny Pacquiao coming back to the ring at 46 years old, a 4-year layoff, going up against a 30-year-old, and it's not just any matchup. Diretsong championship bout. It's what he's going to be having here. How big is a factor, all the numbers we mentioned? 46-year-old going against a 30-year-old after a 4-year gap in a championship matchup after what feels like an eternity in boxing.
Alam nyo, I was following your discussion kanina, no? Hindi ko alam kung saan ako ninervisen. Yung pila sa ticket ng Blackpink or the possibility that Pacquiao can be beaten black and blue
Ayun.
in this comeback fight, ano? It's never been done. Usually, yung mga boxing champions, nagre-retire sila, bumabalik, that's natural. Pero hindi yung ganung kasing tagal nung Manny Pacquiao na 4 na taon at sabi mo nga, this is not an exhibition fight. This is a world title shot. After 4 years of inactivity, he's fighting for the world title. He's getting a lot of heat, a lot of criticism because many thought he does not deserve a title shot. He was instantly ranked number 5 by the WBC to qualify for this title shot. You know, in the history of boxing, there are only 2 boxers who became world champions at age 45 and above. We're talking George Foreman, Bernard Hopkins. Manny Pacquiao is looking to join that exclusive list. But neither Foreman nor Hopkins emerged from a 4-year inactivity to immediately fight for a world title. Usually, they took a lot of tune-ups.
Yeah.
Specifically in the case of George Foreman. Pacquiao,
Whole spectacle of this championship matchup, it reminds me right now of what we've seen recently in the world of professional boxing, which is we have older legends going up against younger boxers, but then not necessarily at this scale. Can you compare this matchup siguro to what we've seen recently with Logan Paul, the matchup that we all saw on Netflix actually, going up against Mike Tyson, because it just feels like a spectacle yet again. Is there something similar in the sense that tipong may konting shock value tayo dito?
well, yung Mike Tyson kay Paul, that is more of a Tyson mystic that really carried that fight, the Tyson mystic. But really, Tyson was no longer the same fighter. But Pacquiao at 46, he's younger. He's looking to break his own record, being a 4-time welterweight champion. So this is a legit contest, a legit world title fight. He's not taking on a former YouTuber. He's taking on a legitimate world champion. Although in the opinion of many, among the incumbent world champions right now in the welterweight division, they believe that Mario Barrios is the weakest in the lot. And this is the reason why they think Pacquiao can still pull it off.
Yeah. So Jake Paul pala, I mentioned Logan Paul kanina. Jake Paul fought against Mike Tyson. But Anne, you were saying?
Yes, Attorney Ed, I wanted to put the spotlight naman on his opponent, si Mario Barrios. No? As we take a look at the tail of the tape, we can see yung disparity, not just sa age, but also in height and reach. And we've seen Manny face taller opponents before. Pero at this point in his career, anong edge niya? What edge does he still have over a fighter like Barrios? And I believe si Barrios, hindi yan galing sa pahinga. I mean, he's been defending his title. So, anong advantage ni Pacquiao over him?
Number one, the experience, the championship experience, the big fight experience of Manny Pacquiao. He has been through so many high-profile world title fights. Barrios has never been in one. Barrios lost to Kit Thurman, the same guy Manny Pacquiao defeated in 2019 to become the oldest champion at welterweight at age 40 by that time. So he brings in loads of experience. But remember, we may be talking here of experience, but he's 46.
Yes. Yes.
He's 46. He may be hiding behind a legendary reputation. He can back down anytime at age 46. Itong si Barrios, 6-footer, officially the tallest opponent of Manny Pacquiao since Antonio Margarito, who stood around 5'11". But the thing is, he's a Latino boxer, which means he fights forward. He does not move that much, which means Manny Pacquiao doesn't have to spend too much energy chasing him. Kasi medyo kakulog-kulog na ang tuhod, mahirap humabol, itong Barrios, nasa harap mo lang. Nasa harap mo lang. He does not run. Oh, he mixes it up. He mixes it up. So, Pacquiao can reach him. And he's also suspect in depensa ng Mario Barrios. He comes forward, the defense is suspect. That is tailor-made for Manny Pacquiao. But like I said, if Pacquiao was, let's say, 16 years younger, he would have cannibalized Barrios alive. But now, I'm telling you, 46 na siya. Itong laban po kay Barrios, hindi po ito Barrios Fiesta. That's one thing for sure.
Ang sarap kausap ni Attorney. I love yung mga witty jokes niya. But Attorney Ed, si Sugar Ray Leonard once said na yung mga returning boxers, ang fight is more psychological than or mental than physical. So now that Pacquiao is coming back after that 4-year hiatus at 46 years old, ano sa tingin mo yung mga psychological challenges, mental challenges na kailangan niyang paghandaan for this big fight?
Alam mo, kapag pumasok si Manny Pacquiao sa boxing ring at narinig niya yung kampana, yung cheers ng mga tao, that will be his adrenaline rush. I'm back. Sabi nga ng mga ibang atleta, yan ang kanilang namimiss eh. Hindi nila nakita yan in other activities. Once he is introduced, nando yung thunderous roar from the audience, Pacquiao will feel eto na. At kapag sila yung nag-eyeball to eyeball ni Mario Barrios, ang makikita ni Barrios, yung Manny Pacquiao, baka siya makilig to the bone sa nervyos. Sabi niya, I'm fighting the 8th Division World Champion. Baka hindi niya maisip na, hindi, 46 years old na to eh. Apat na taong hindi lumalaban. Ang makikita niya yung Manny Pacquiao, yung stare ng Manny Pacquiao. Yun ang psychological edge ni Manny Pacquiao na, hey boy, you're fighting the Pac-Man. Ano? Yun ang tingin niya. Baka he's going to be having difficulty reconciling na, hindi, 46 na to. Eh, hindi, sa Pacquiao to. Nakakatakot ito. Hindi ba? So, yun ang mga psychological edge ni Manny Pacquiao. And Sugar Ray Leonard, of course, is no stranger because he came...
Evolved so much as a boxer throughout his career. I would argue after that knockout against Marquez, medyo naging mas cautious siya, especially defensively in the ring. Less going for the swings. I think that was the last time siguro he chased a knockout, like visibly chased a knockout. But we look at him here at this part of his career, at the tools that he still has. Sinasabi nga nila, the power is the last thing that will go away. But Pacquiao was more than just the power. He used the speed and the footwork. Eh. Do you think that that's something that he can still rely on against Barrios? Or will we see a different type of Pacquiao again? Kasi tumatanda na siya eh. You're not gonna be as fast as what he used to be.
That's a very good question, ano? Ang style po ni Manny Pacquiao is a style na basis isang batang boksingero. He throws voluminous punches in bunches, na para bagang wala nang pagbabawal na ang pagsuntok bukas. Good. But I see the power must be in. The power must be there. The intimidation must be there. But he has to take out Barrios early. Because if this fight drags, the legs will show. The age of 46 will manifest. And that's a very, very scary thing.
Attorney, for this fight, Manny Pacquiao is reuniting with, of course, yung legendary longtime trainer niya na si Freddie Roach. How important is this partnership in preparing for this big fight? And ano sa tingin mo yung mga adjustments na kailangan nilang gawin sa training niya, to adapt? Kasi nga, as Pao mentioned, 46 years old na siya, you're not as fast and speedy anymore. Medyo may apektuhan na rin yung footwork natin and everything. So ano sa tingin mo yung magiging adjustment sa training nila?
Siguro major adjustment dyan is for Fred Roach to remind Manny Pacquiao, you're 46. Do not fight like you're 25. So what do you have to do? You have to, kahit paano, medyo tipid ang enerhiya. You wait to counter. Kung dati ay bara-bara ka sumuntok, suntok ka na lang suntok, hindi na pwede yan. Kasi pambata yan. So, anong style ng medyo pangmatanda? Medyo maghintay ka ng konti.
Pangmatanda.
Patient. Wait for the guy to come in, nakakabibira. Hindi na pwedeng dating bara-bara eh. Gulpi de gulat na sinasabi nila. Ikaw ang inactive for 4 years. Baka ikaw ang magulpi de gulat. Hindi ba? In fact, Barrios may adapt that stance. He may be looking to ambush Pacquiao right in the early rounds because alam niya rusty ito eh. 4 years eh. So Pacquiao has to be patient. He has to take his time. Tingnan muna niya kung nandun pa ang kanyang galaw. It may take a few rounds. Pero the thing is, Barrios comes at you, pwede mong timingan ng counter. So hindi pwedeng labang bata. Hindi pwedeng labang bata. Sabi nga nila kung sa basketball, kung bata ka pa, nakaka-fancy pass ka pa, nakakapag-back pass ka pa, pag matanda ka na, simpleng bounce pass na lang. Huwag mo na pahirapan ang sarili mo. Huwag na yung pasang matanda o pasang bata. You have to adapt to your age. We have to adapt to our age. Hindi na pwede yung labang bata. Labang matanda ang kailangan ni Manny Pacquiao. Cunning, yan ang kailangan ni Manny Pacquiao. Konting gulang ang kailangan ni Pacquiao sa labang ito. Because this fight is no longer for general patronage.
Yeah.
May parental guidance na po ito, 46 na eh. Kaya kailangan caution. Caution ang kailangan dito. Utak ang kailangan gamitin ni Manny Pacquiao sa labang ito. Hindi na pwede yung bara-bara na estilo niya nung siya'y bata pa.
Attorney, that actually brings me to a good point. Brings me to a point here about yung training niya. Pero una, nung bata ako, nag-bounce pass nga, wala akong fancy pass. Ganun talaga yung laro ko. But then, when you take a look at yung training niya, gaano ka-importante siguro yung mga sparring partner niya? Dahil yung timing, wala pa dun. Well, at least at this point. At dati, ina-analyze pa nga natin sino yung mga magiging sparring partners ni Manny Pacquiao. when you take a look at what Barrios is, what type of boxer should Manny Pacquiao face in the ring when he spars, when he gets ready, when he tries to finding timing niya? Because this could be dangerous, especially sa simula, sinabi mo nga, he could be rushed early.
Well, una, matangkad po yung Barrios, 6-footer yan, mahaba ang reach. So, kinakailangan along that line ang pipiliin mong sparring partner. Yung merong physical resemblance. Kailangan dito, magiging challenge dito, mahaba po yung kamay ng Barrios. Tutukuran niya ng jab si Manny Pacquiao kasi mas mahaba ang reach ko eh. He will force Manny Pacquiao at a safe distance para hindi makalapit. Gagamitan niya ng haba ng braso niya. So, kailangan ni Manny Pacquiao yung ganong klaseng sparring partner. Yung tipong matangkad, mahaba ang reach, tutukuran ako. So Pacquiao will have to find a way to dodge the straight shots, ano? So yun ang kailangan ni Manny Pacquiao. But you're talking a guy, 70 plus fights, 8 division world titles, lahat ng style na-conquer na ni Manny Pacquiao. May brawler, may counter-puncher, may boxer, lahat yan exposed na si Manny Pacquiao. So sabi ko nga, ano pa ba ang pwede mo ituro kapag you're an old dog? You cannot teach an old dog new tricks. But right now I see that Manny Pacquiao, he may be an old dog, but he's still hungry for that bone. So, yun ang tingin ko dito. So, wala ka naman siya dito tuturo. Pero the thing is, kailangan they have to overcome that height, that length of Mario Barrios. Yun ang ganung klaseng mga sparring partners ang pupunin ni Manny Pacquiao.
Attorney, you know what? Just watching this again, parang napag-flashback ako throughout his career, throughout his life. We all know that legends struggle walking away from the game. You mentioned it a while ago, yung high kapag narinig mo yung pangalan mo in the stadium. That's true for any sport, by the way. Pero minsan talaga yung katawan, it doesn't follow what you want. But at the same time rin, I would argue, let's say manalo si Pacquiao dito. Let's say Manny does win a championship. Is this going to be the last time we see Pacquiao in the ring?
Alam mo, yun ang kinatatakutan ko sa labang ito eh. The irony is that Pacquiao might win this fight. And alam natin, ano ba ang talagang pinaka-addiction ng mga athletes? It's winning. It's winning.
Yeah.
If I win, I want to do it again.
Yeah.
I want to do it again. In fact, kahit nga matalo.
Pero attorney, pag natalo naman si Pacquiao, do you feel like this is going to hurt his legacy? And kung yun nga, manalo si Barrios, how big naman of a moment could this fight be for Barrios' career?
Well, as far as Pacquiao is concerned, selyado na ang kanyang legacy, no? Itong mga makakamit niyang records dito, oldest champion sa welterweight, etc., these are just seasoning. His legacy was sealed when he won 8 division world championships. This will not take away anything from the legacy of the Pac-Man. Now, Barrios, of course, if he does win, number one, he will find himself in a higher tax bracket. We're talking big money coming in after this fight if he beats Manny Pacquiao. All the people will say that you beat a shadow of Pacquiao. You did not beat the real Pac-Man. You did not beat the real fearsome Pac-Man. You just beat a faded Manny Pacquiao. That will be the criticism of Barrios, but I don't think he will care as long as in my record, it appears that I defeated Manny Pacquiao regardless of his age. So there will be an instant boost in the marketability of Barrios if he beats Manny Pacquiao. But remember, if Pacquiao loses this fight in a very controversial manner, and if he still impresses despite a losing effort, boy, we may not have seen the last of Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have as much controversy as what we have with Charlie Suarez recently, attorney. But when we take a look at this matchup, kanina nakita natin yung mga highlights. I don't know kung paano kinot yung video, pero I felt that we saw the best of Manny Pacquiao, which I felt yung peak niya was against Cotto. And then that disappointing knockout loss against Marquez. I remember going to those particular matches and thinking, hindi ko alam kung ano mangyayari. But for this one, if you're going to have a fearless forecast against Barrios, Pacquiao against Barrios, how will it end? Who wins this fight?
The popular opinion is that youth will triumph in this fight. 30 years old lang ito si Barrios. Pero alam mo, sabi ko, very critical dito yung first 5 rounds ng labang ito. palagay ko dito, may nervous yung Barrios at dito tatama yung Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao actually has a chance to win this fight because Barrios, in my opinion, was picked precisely because his style is tailor-made for Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao has a hell of a chance in this fight to pull it off because this is not Marquez, this is not De La Hoya, this is no offense to Barrios, but like I said, he is unproven as welterweight champion. So Pacquiao must take this fight in the early rounds. He cannot afford this fight to drag on. Once this fight drags on, the momentum will shift. Iba yung bata eh. Iba yung 29 years old eh. Pag pinayagan niya na tukuran na lang siya nung Barrios, ija-jab-jab na lang siya. At malakas po yung Barrios ha. This guy knocked down your Dennis Ugas with a mere jab. Ano? So Pacquiao must really have to take this fight in the early rounds. At least first half ng laban. Because may hirapan siya. Yung kay Ugas, nakita nyo, in the second half of the fight, nagmumukha na siyang target practice kay Yordenis Ugas eh. The age will show. So, as much as possible, take this fight out. But, like I said, Barrios is the favorite in this fight. But do not count out the Pac-Man. Because this is no ordinary fighter coming back. This is the Pac-Man. He can still be the man.
Thank you so much for joining us, boxing analyst Attorney Ed Tolentino. We always love talking to you. Napaka-colorful. And hopefully we can have another conversation soon about, well, we're here in the Philippines.
Sarap
So
siguro.
talking about the Pacquiao win.
Sarap siguro kasama ni Attorney, no, to watch that fight. Kasama mo si Attorney. Hearing all that commentary while the fight is going on. Thank you, Attorney. Thank you, Attorney Ed.
A beautiful day to all of you.
Thank you so much, Attorney. Grabe, I'm so excited for it. Nalala ko dati, like, I always have to remind kids these days, kids these days? It reminds kids these days na dati, literal, zero crime rate sa Manila with Pacquiao would fight.
Parang pageant, everybody just watches the fight. They go to the sports kung wala silang ang tawag doon, yung streaming, yung pay-per-view. There you go. Pag wala sila noon, they would go, my dad and my brother, they would go to yung mga sports bars, tapos doon sila manonood. And the city was quiet.
Yeah, yung
like, everybody was
viewing.
Oo. Yeah,
tapos kung panalo si Pacquiao, ang saya ng tao.
Yes.
Tapos kung talo, biglang tataas yung crime rate. But, it's just so good. It was just so good back then just to see Pacquiao in his prime. It's obviously not the same anymore. It's not the same anymore when it comes to Pacquiao's fights in terms of like yung cultural impact. Pero just to see him back there, it's such a big throwback for myself personally. Growing up watching Pacquiao fighting, naalala ko waking up at a stupid hour in the morning just to go and
just to watch.
Pupunta ako sa mga mall, diba? Yung mga sinihan, black screening yun, 4 or 5 cinemas na Manny Pacquiao na it's full. And then, sarap lupang hinirang sa loob ng sinihan.
Kasi Filipino.
Grabe. And then, honestly, the most nervous person in the venue, kung sino kakanta ng lupang hinirang. Like, dati naging issue yun, nalala ko eh. But I'm so excited. I love Fight Night.
Everybody is going to look forward to this fight. I feel nervous for Pacquiao kasi 46 years old, my goodness. Siyempre gagamitin ng opponent yan, But and sometimes it's really hard to win against Father Time. But
pero may gulang yan.
Kaya mo yan, Manny. Go, Manny!
Tito Manny, let's go!
Go, Manny! Pero sandali lang, nang sinabi ni Attorney Ed, pang matanda, parang, ouch naman, Attorney Ed. Pang matandang style.
That's so good.
But yeah, we'll look forward to that. Kailan panoorin natin to? With Attorney Ed. But anyway, guys, we've got more stories for you after the break, so don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. We got more news for you this morning. The Philippine economy is poised for a stronger second half in 2025, driven by easing inflation and interest rate cuts. In an interview with Bilyonaryo News Channel's Business 360, Fritz Ocampo, BDO Chief Investment Officer, said he forecasts GDP growth to rise slightly to 5.6 to 5.8% in the second quarter. Ocampo expects the Philippines to remain as one of Asia-Pacific's fastest-growing economies, despite a forecast which falls short of the government's 6 to 8% target. He also welcomed the Bangko Central's plan to set a fixed 2% inflation target.
Even giving an exact number gives more clarity to the market on where the Monetary Board wants the inflation trend to move towards. This is in line with what developed markets are already doing, like the United States and the EU. And you know, it would allow the business community to really plan for the long end, for the long term.
From smart meters to solar energy, Meralco maps out a decade of innovation following its strongest financial year. Sujin Kim has this report.
2024 was a banner year for Meralco. During its 62nd annual stockholders meeting, the company reported a series of feats. Meralco posted a consolidated core net income of 45.1 billion pesos, the highest in the company's history. Amid extreme heat conditions, the power distributor saw a surge in energy sales.
As energy sales grew 6.4% on the back of higher demand that we served through consistent energization activities. Warmer weather, particularly from the extended El Nino, led to higher consumption that allowed us to continue posting growth even with multiple typhoons that affected our franchise area in the second half of the year.
The company added 250,000 new customers in 2024, bringing its total to 8 million. To ensure system stability during calamities and peak demand, Meralco allocated over 24 billion pesos to expand and modernize its distribution network. The investment resulted in fewer and shorter power interruptions across its coverage areas.
We invested heavily to reinforce and modernize our distribution network, so even when demand surges or when calamity strikes, our system holds strong.
On the digital front, Meralco continues to roll out smart metering technology, targeting 11 million smart meters by 2034. Meralco is also preparing for the wider adoption of solar power and electric vehicles. The Terra Solar Project, the world's largest integrated solar plus battery energy storage facility, is expected to provide clean energy to over 2.4 million households. As of April 2025, construction is 42% complete, with Phase 1 set to begin operations in 2026. Meanwhile, amid discussions on Senator Marcoleta's proposed 12% electricity subsidy, stockholders sought clarification on its potential impact on businesses. Meralco's Chief Finance Officer Betty C. Yap responded.
Senator Marcoleta is looking at a significant reduction in electricity or exemption for the poorest. So certainly removing 10% from the total bill will have impact on both the household and certain businesses. For the household, the impact will be lower cost, higher disposable income, among others. For businesses, that would also mean that their costs would be lower, making them more competitive. However, obviously, given all of this, there may be macroeconomic and fiscal impact, right?
Sujin Kim, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
It was pedal to the metal action at round 2 of the Toyota Gazoo Racing Philippine Cup as the company takes the race from the track back to the street, and their boss took all the heat. Our mobility correspondent G. Baroga takes us trackside.
Toyota turned the streets of Villanueva City into a high-octane playground, serving thrill and excitement to all the racers. While accidents are inevitable, safety remained firmly in the driver's seat.
From the last in 2018, Toyota brought back street racing with round 2 of the Toyota Gazoo Racing Philippine Cup. The switch from a controlled racetrack to Villanueva City meant tighter turns, louder roars, and way more risk. But no one expected the biggest drama to come from behind the wheel of Toyota Motor Philippines' very own president. Masando Hashimoto miscalculated a turn, crashed into a barrier, and flipped his car, but walked away without a scratch. A day before the crash, Hashimoto-san shared it was his first time racing on public roads, and it definitely felt different from the usual track at Clark.
Here is a tighter, narrower, more dangerous, but when I hear the voice, shouting voice or scream voice or say the shout of joy, I was so motivated and so happy on the car.
Younger racers agree, it was intense out there.
It's very challenging, especially in overtaking. You really have to make a huge effort to make a pass.
It's more technical since mas maiksi yung road and there are chicanes na medyo alanganin. So I think there's 3 spots lang for overtaking.
Yes, street circuits come with extra risks, but there's no need to worry. According to Toyota exec and Bilyonaryo heir Andy T, they are no strangers to street races and they team up with their partners to make sure everything's up to safety standards.
They have been closely coordinating with us in terms of how to improve the safety of a street circuit, knowing the rarity of having a street circuit in the first place. So we would like to collaborate more with AAP in terms of setting safety standards.
And despite the scorching sun, fans showed up in full force, just what Toyota hoped for in pushing Philippine motorsports forward.
Bringing the action closer to the metro brings in so much more people, and so we are always excited for preparations towards this event because we only expect more people to join, more people to enjoy, more people to become fans.
The next and final round returns to the racetrack, but fret not, Toyota says fans won't have to wait another 7 years for the next epic street showdown. In fact, this could be the start of a bold new chapter for Toyota Gazoo Racing. For BNC Mobility, G. Baroga.
The Boy Who Lived returns, this time on the streaming platform as HBO casts the new faces of Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Selected from over 30,000 auditions, Dominic McLaughlin is the new Harry Potter. Alastair Stout will play the role of Ron Weasley, while Arabella Stanton will be Hermione Granger. Stanton previously starred as Matilda in the West End, while this will be Stout's first major role. J.K. Rowling, the author of the original Harry Potter books, is one of the show's executive producers. This I gotta see.
Rupert Grint pa rin.
Oo nga, true.
Or Ed Sheeran, either of them. Both of them are Ron Weasley.
Ang hirap because, you know, you were with these characters, with these actors for so many years. So ako nga, every time I reread my Harry Potter books, their faces are in my head.
Si Daniel
as I
Radcliffe.
picture. Oo, di ba? That's gonna be some big shoes to fill.
Alam mo, it's funny, we say we grew up with them. There's a whole generation that did not.
You know what? That's so
There's
true.
a whole, like, nagulat ako when I was, a good example is Lilo and Stitch. Because I was so excited for it. I haven't seen it yet. I was so excited for it. I was talking to my sister about it. My sister's 16. She's never seen it.
Never?
She's never seen it. Kasi the movie came out in 2001. So she was literally, she wasn't even a thought, okay? She wasn't even a thought. I was grade 6.
I mean, it's available on Disney Plus.
Why would they watch an old movie?
I don't know. I do that.
At that point,
Sabagay,
when she was
maybe
born,
the young ones are so different.
when she was born, the movie was 8 years old.
Yeah.
Basically, tao na si Lilo and
So
Stitch.
you have to introduce her to Lilo and Stitch.
Okay, the live action's there, but then now there's a new generation. Like, I don't want to Google this, pero what year did Harry Potter
The
come out?
first Harry Potter book?
The book.
The book, yeah. What was that?
When did it come out? And then
Sandali
when
lang.
did the first movie come out? Kasi naalala ko talaga the very poor acting of yung si Hermione and the chess scene and then si Ron na naging viral ngayon. Because that was like that was it before. 1997.
1997.
Lumabas ang Harry
Is that the
Potter.
first book?
The Philosopher's Stone.
Philosopher's
Hindi
Stone.
pa nga
okay.
Sorcerer's Stone
Hindi
eh.
pa, Philosopher's Stone. Yes.
Grabe.
Oh my God.
I was grade 2 or 1 when that came out. First grade, second grade.
Yeah,
Wala pang K-12 nun, guys.
But you were able to read all the books.
Yeah, I read all of it. Yeah, I read all of it. Kasi
my
wala pang iPad nun eh.
goodness. Wala pang iPad.
Wala pang
Grabe,
tablet nun eh.
Sandali lang.
Grabe.
But this is going to be so exciting. And exciting also for these young actors because
Yeah.
they're going to be playing characters that are so iconic. I mean, at least for our generation, I mean, my generation and yours, Paolo.
Oo, di ba ka-generation mo rin si Pacquiao, yung pinag-usapan natin kanina. But anyway, so Deadpool.
Grabe the bullying on this show. I swear to God.
Gets a surprising new partner in his next multiverse adventure. And it's not Wolverine, he's done with that already. Now, the Merc with a Mouth teams up with Batman. Yes, the Dark Knight himself. Ano song yun? In the first Marvel and DC crossover in over 2 decades. Now, this first one-shot issue, Deadpool/Batman, hit shelves in September, followed by Batman/Deadpool in November. This doesn't happen often, the crossovers between Marvel and DC.
Yes.
Kaya that's why I have to double-check my nerddom. Pero the series that I enjoyed personally growing up, reading comic books, was Marvel versus DC, wherein they would fight each other, the mga counterparts
So
fighting each other.
Superman versus
Captain America, and then Superman versus the Hulk, Captain America versus Batman, something like that.
Okay.
Pero yung favorite ko because it was so funny, was
What?
Aquaman versus Namor the Submariner. So Namor the Submariner was the Marvel representative. Aquaman is obviously the DC representative,
yeah.
right? The way Aquaman beat si Namor,
How?
like, tapon siya ng isang balyena. Like, nakatayo doon si Namor, and then sabi ni Aquaman, tumawag daw siya ng balyena.
So nadaganan si
Namor, kaya siya natalo. It was so good. It was so good. I love it. I mean, that's my, guys, yan po yung childhood ko. Harry Potter, comic books, at Manny Pacquiao.
I was never really a comic book girl, but I remember buying all these X-Men comic books.
Yeah.
So I was more of an X-Men girl. So I love
okay.
now that they're putting together X-Men and Marvel.
Yeah,
right?
it's a cinematic universe.
Yes.
Kasi dati, X-Men sa generation natin, back in the 2000s, nasa Sony, it was with Sony and not with Disney.
Yes.
And now that they have it, may konting crossover na.
Kaya lagi tinitira ni Deadpool in his movies. But I would love to see this in a movie. Batman and Deadpool. So it's gonna be Ryan Reynolds and whoever's gonna be Batman. Ben Affleck, maybe.
Di na si Ben Affleck, ang dami ng Batman ngayon eh. Do you have a favorite Batman?
Oh my God, what's his name?
Christian
the
Bale?
old, no.
Robert
not
Pattinson?
Robert Pattinson.
Adam West.
Kasi direct, no. Oy, okay din si Adam West.
Okay si Adam
Yun
West.
nga yung inakot.
Hindi yan joke. Hindi yan joke. Adam West, okay siya.
Tapos yung may pag nagsundok, pow!
Yes.
Sino yun? With the Catwoman, that Batman. No, not Christian Bale.
Michael Keaton.
There you go.
Keaton.
That's my favorite Batman.
Yung favorite ko dun si Seal eh.
Cecile.
Hindi si Penguin, si Seal. Kasi nag-kiss from the rose siya.
Yes.
All right. That's such a Tito joke. All right. We've got more stories for you, plus our horoscope of the day with Master Hans Kua. After the break, don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. This is Weather HQ. A magnitude 4.6 earthquake struck Quezon and nearby provinces yesterday, prompting safety measures, but no damage was reported. PHIVOLCS said the earthquake originated from a local fault in the Sierra Madre Range and was not linked to the West Valley Fault. The earthquake occurred at 12:17 p.m. with an initial magnitude of 5.1 at a depth of 11 kilometers. Since then, 19 aftershocks have been recorded, most of them below magnitude 3.6. Classes were suspended in some schools and work was paused in Calamba City. Dam operators monitored facilities in Central Luzon and Calabarzon with no damage found. Public transportation and schools have resumed normal operations. The NDRRMC and local disaster councils conducted damage assessments and continue to monitor the situation. Authorities urge the public to keep on staying calm and follow safety guidelines. Over in India, so take a look at global weather. The government announced on Tuesday, reiterating a forecast issued last month, that the country is likely to witness above-average monsoon rains for the second consecutive year in 2025. M. Ravichandran, Secretary of the Ministry of Earth Sciences, said the monsoon is expected to bring 106% of the long-term average rainfall. The India Meteorological Department defines normal rainfall as between 96% and 104% of a 50-year average of 87 centimeters during the 4-month monsoon season from June to September. Mining operations in northern Jordan are producing volcanic soil from crushed volcanic rocks to combat water scarcity and desertification, officials say. Engineer Ibrahim Al-Manasir said the rocks contain minerals like zeolite and basalt formed thousands of years ago. Volcanic rocks are mostly found in the north, according to the Energy Ministry. Local company Watad, founded in 2019, produces 1 million tons of volcanic soil each year. CEO Mohanad Al-Manasir said the product reduces water use by 60% and fertilizer needs by 80%. Making it a viable organic alternative to traditional methods. Jordan, the second most water-scarce country globally, has less than 100 cubic meters of renewable water per person annually, UNICEF reports. That's it for Weather HQ today, and back to you.
Thank you so much, Pao. Now, eto na! Is today going to be your lucky day? Let's go find out from resident energizer and feng shui master Hans Kua in our horoscope of the day. Take it away, Master Hans.
Good morning! It's a beautiful day with me, Master Hans Kua. At ito po ang horoscope ngayong araw na Wednesday, May 28. Para sa mga pinanganak ng Year of the Rat, magtabi ng bahagi ng sweldo para sa mahalagang gastusin sa bahay, orange at 9. Para man kay Year of the Ox, bigyang halaga ang mga maliliit na gesture ni partner. Ito ang nagpapalakas ng relasyon nyo, purple at 4. Sa mga Year of Tiger naman, huwag kalimutan uminom ng vitamins para sa dagdag na proteksyon, copper at 5. Kay Rabbit naman tayo, easy sa paggastos. One day bilyonaryo. Magplano bago bumili. Min at 2. Sa mga Year of Dragon naman, huwag magpadala sa pressure. Gawin lang ang iyong makakaya. Siyan at 7. Sa Year of the Snake naman tayo, maghanap ng paraan upang palaguin ang iyong ipon ngayong taon. White at 3. Ito naman! Year of the Horsey. Be productive, huwag magpadala sa stress. Maroon at 8. Kay Year of the Ship naman tayo, don't be afraid sa change. Madalas yan ang susi sa success. Yellow at 6. Sa Year of the Monkey naman tayo, iwasan ang impulse buying. Bad yarn! Burgundy at 9. Kay Year of the Rooster naman tayo, side hustle ang kailangan para kumita ng extra. Olive at 4. Kay Year of the Dog naman tayo, eat your vegetables and fruits para lumakas ang immune system. Silver at 5. At kay Year of the Pig naman plan carefully bago gumawa ng big decision sa trabaho. Gold at 2. Ako po, si Master Hans Kua. Paalala lang ito po'y patnubay lamang. Ang tunay na swerte ay nagsisimula sa pagiging totoo. Abangan araw-araw ang horoscope of the day. Dito lang po sa It's a Beautiful beautiful day!
Thank you so much, Master Hans Kua. Now from fortune to love. Up next, does loving somebody mean putting up with them even through their extreme mood swings? Dating Coach V helps us draw the line on today's Love Hacks after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Hello there and welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now on today's Love Hacks, we hear a story of a man torn between keeping the love of his life and his peace of mind. Take it away, Coach V.
Love hacks, we got you. No need to be sad. Love hacks, we
Good morning, loves. It's a beautiful day. Coach V here, bringing you a brand new way to level up your love life. Welcome to Love Hacks. Today's topic, your girlfriend's always moody, always upset, and somehow it's always your fault. One man asked, mahal ko siya, pero nakaka-drain. Valid ba na makipaghiwalay dahil sa ugali niya? Oh, we are unpacking that today because understanding her moods does not mean signing up for an emotional whiplash. Here's the story. Pao?
Mahal ko yung GF ko, pero nakakasakal yung palaging tinutuyo. I'm also tired of the usual line na kapag mahal ka ng lalaki, titiisin niya ang ugali mo. It's like telling men to accept emotional abuse just to prove they love someone. Paano ba yung reason ko para makapaghiwalay? Kaya pag-usap na ako, she said ganoon daw talaga siya kasi it's a time of the month kahit hindi naman.
Parang kasama natin yung nagpadala nung anong question live in the studio.
Pao, ikaw ba nagpadala nun?
Parang galing kay Pao yun, ha?
Parang galing kay Pao talaga.
Okay.
Relate ka.
Okay, my love, before we ask Pao kung nakarelate siya sa ating case,
Gawad Orian, hello po.
we now have the next actor. All right, men, listen up. I know that you guys are taught to be strong, to be patient, to man up and take it. And to some extent, yes, masculine strength is a beautiful thing when it means being steady, dependable, and emotional present. Pero here's the kicker. Being strong doesn't mean being someone's emotional punching bag naman. As a psychologist, Dr. Thema Bryant said, self-abandonment isn't love. It's trauma in disguise. If her moods are the main character and you're always the emotional support cast, loves, that's not a relationship. That's damage control. And let's talk real, PMS, totoo naman kasi talaga yan. But using it every time you act out, that's no longer hormones, my love. That's manipulation wrapped in cute excuses. Oh, ito na, Pao, this is your time. Relate ba sa mood ng girls?
Self-abandonment isn't love, it's trauma in disguise. But alam mo, we understand naman.
So much emotion from Pao, no?
We understand naman that minsan, kapag time of the month, sa time of the month.
It is true, though.
It's true.
Pag time of the month talaga, we get hormonal and then you have init ulo all the time, di ba? So, you need a little patience. Pero kung every single
time?
day, why? The question is, anong ginagawa ng guy? Bakit lagi mainit yung ulo ng girl?
Ayun.
Pasensya na, guy.
Bakit kasalanan namin ulit?
That was the question in my head. Like, bakit? What was the guy doing? Baka naman lagi nakikipag-inuman sa barkada or I don't know.
Wait lang, anak. Nakalimutan kitang bulungan yung episode na to. Dapat kampi tayo sa men.
Ay, sorry.
Napaghalataan tayo doon.
I'm not being comfy also with the girl. I'm just looking at things in a, in a neutral light.
Look,
Why?
you have to look at it also from the lens of people like me and Alan. Camera one. Kay Alan naman. Okay.
Sige.
Kasi you have to understand, okay? Minsan talaga.
Okay.
Minsan talaga. Sobrang hirap. Okay? We try. Pero minsan talaga, we don't understand kung ano nangyayari. Hindi namin alam palagi na time of the month pala.
Mana kay Sir Pao, mana.
No, but really, it really is sometimes we have a hard time determining it's PMS already.
Correct.
Oo.
So, sabi nga nila, one of the love hacks that you can do when you are with your wife or with your long-term girlfriend is know yung, yung period of when
Yung
they're
cycle
having,
nila.
yes, yung
Yeah.
cycle nila.
Yeah,
That's a
yes,
very
yes.
smart thing. Pero here's the thing. Here's how you know when it's not just tinotoyo, no? And it's time to go. Pawa and Sir, number one, it's time to go, and hindi lang PMS yan, if she never owns up. May tampo, may away, may silent treatment, pero never ang accountability. Number two, you're always adjusting. Ikaw lagi ang umiintindi. Abay, kung makaganito ang mga kasama natin guys dito. Pero pag ikaw ang may hinaing, nakakarinig ka ng sensitive mo naman. Number three, she uses PMS like a hall pass. Every bad mood is because babae ako. Kahit naman hindi time of the month, ma'am, baka naman. Number four, you feel like you're always fixing things. You're not her boyfriend anymore. You're her full-time emotional tech support. And sometimes, yaya na din. Number five, you feel like you're shrinking. Hindi ka na makangiti, hindi ka na makarelax, o maging totoo. Love should lift, not squeeze the life out of you. Grabe naman yun, squeeze the life out of you. In fact, my loves, I had a client, let's call him Brian. Every time may konting issue siya, and in the relationship, his girlfriend would vanish. Nang bablock, o familiar ba yan? Yung mga girlfriends na nang bablock every time. No text, Cold War. Si Brian laging panic mode because he really loves the girl. Flowers, apology, guilt trip. Turns out, she wasn't emotional. She was just used to controlling the narrative. A lot of control. And the day he missed an overseas flight just to fix another episode, that was the day he realized, this is not love. This is emotional hostage-taking. Now, what's the solution? What's the play if this sounds like your love life? Eto na, gents. Number one, talk first muna. But watch what happens next. If she says, that's just how I am, that's your exit cue. Number two, set a finish line. If things don't improve after a real conversation, it's not changing. It's just rehearsed. And three, stop performing. You're the director of her emotional drama. You are not the director, rather, of her emotional drama. You're a person who deserves space. And eto, pinaka-importante, walk away early, not empty. Because staying out of guilt only leads to burnout. Choose sanity, not suffering. Hindi ka naman selfish for protecting your peace. You're smart to finally listen to yourself again. Walk away early and not empty. Ayan na, being a good man doesn't mean being a human sponge. If your love means enduring pain in silence, that's not love. Martyrdom na yan. And it doesn't win awards, unlike the acting kanina. You're allowed to want a partner and not a project. Okay, that's it for today, loves. This is Coach V giving you real talk about real love. DM your love dilemmas to Dating Coach V, and let's not just talk about love, let's solve it. See you again tomorrow here on It's a Beautiful Day. Love you.
So don't be a sponge, Bob. Be an Alan.
Be
Kasi
like-
I did not know this. Birthday pala ni Alan. Happy birthday, Alan! Oo. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Alan!
Kaya pala daming screen time.
Happy birthday,
Oo, tinadhana. Sumakto. But then, back on the topic though, you're absolutely right. You mentioned you have to protect yung peace mo. Kasi I also feel that nagpapamartir yung ibang lalaki doon or even, any other partner na trying to protect the peace of yung partner nila without protecting their own. Kaya medyo nahihirapan sila doon.
And di ba, Anne, when a man is really in love, you may see this with your husband. Talagang they try to do their best. Sometimes na lang, yung babae naman, feel natin na love tayo, umaabuso. May ganun din. Ikaw ba, Anne, nagpapabebe ka ng todo sa husband mo?
I'm not the pabebe type.
Really?
I am not. Di ba we had this conversation before and Monique admitted that she's the pabebe type,
Oh, yeah.
right?
So, ikaw yung nagbebebe
So, ako yung-
sa husband?
maybe it's like equal, but I'm not really like, no, I'm
Yeah.
not.
Though,
But
go ahead, sorry.
nawala na yung train of thought ko.
No,
back
pero
to
no,
you.
this reminds me of, I forgot when we had this conversation, but it was definitely on Love Hacks. Yung sinabi natin na minsan masarap talagang umaway ng tao.
Umaway?
Yeah, like gusto mo talagang, you still want to keep on fighting kahit nag-sorry na.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Especially sa girls.
Yeah,
I don't know,
like
kasi
hindi ka pa tapos magalit.
Kasi parang we're keeping a record of wrongs, but not really. Ang hirap mag-move on from your tampo. Diba? Na-experience mo na to for sure. You know, nag-sorry ka na, but then, and then every time something comes up, hihirit niya, right? Your kasalanan and everything.
Ibig sabihin, hindi pa talaga na-resolve ng maayos yung issues, no?
Yes.
Kailangan galingan pa ang pag-sorry.
But you know what, you're right. You really have to talk about things if this is happening in your relationship para marinig mo rin yung side ng girl. Why is she always angry? That is the question, that I'm really asking right now. Bakit ka ba laging galit?
Baka time of the month lang.
Hindi pwedeng time of the month all the time. Unless you're menopausal or something.
Baka yan din.
Baka age,
Oo,
di ba? Also,
baka
yan.
Kahit na, pero napag-usapan natin, it's not an excuse to do it almost every time.
Oo, it isn't.
Hindi punching bag ang ating mga boyfriends at asawa, right?
Yeah.
Unless gusto talaga nila. Pero kung gusto nila maging punching bag,
Parang iba yata yun. But alright, on that note, Coach B, maraming salamat. This could be a podcast, as we always say. Really appreciate you being here. It's always a lot of fun. And that is it for us this Wednesday, May 28th, birthday ni Alan. Ako po si Paolo del Rosario. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Make the rest of your Wednesday unforgettable by spreading love and kindness wherever you go. Join us again tomorrow at 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. only here on
It's a Beautiful Day!